Hello. Hello. Good evening, everyone. How are we all doing? Great to see everyone. Well, it is quite the red day in the market, but yeah, still great to see you all nonetheless. How's everyone doing? Let me know in the chat. What have you been up to over the weekend? What your thoughts on the current state of the market? Hit me with it, and yeah, we'll obviously run through what we're looking at now for the end of the week. But I mean, pretty much we'll obviously start with Bitcoin. There's not too much to say apart from this is just standard range breakdown. So we had obviously this big, 3-month plus long range. And then Bitcoin breaks down, obviously comes back up on that move, but that was obviously powered by Trump. It's this one here that, we're paying attention to on the retest of the underside. So we've retested the underside of the range, which is obviously flipped to resistance now. So that's what's led to the breakdown. So yeah, we are, in my opinion, going to keep moving on down to, this would be first stop, but we likely probably have a liquidation wick into the high 60s, I think. So I'm thinking probably this week we accelerate down, it comes down, maybe has a little bounce, but probably liquidates anyone trying to buy this straight away, and then reclaims, and then maybe we chop around for a bit, but then I expect us to go back up after that. So really easy thoughts on Bitcoin, I think, from here. You don't want to be chasing this move down if you're not already short. But equally, you don't want to be trying to long too quick, because I think this week we'd probably see acceleration to the downside, I think. Evening, Noel. Good evening, another Dave. Steve-O, how we doing, mate? 68 to 72 incoming, I agree. Good evening, legend. Stonksy bot is killing it. Yeah, the Stonksy bot is in a superb trade on the 1 hour, isn't it? Really nice. Do make sure you all drop a like and subscribe. Evening, Dave. Nice break, mate. Yeah, it was nice. Yeah, I had a good day off on Friday. And yeah, back to work. NFT says it's over. It's not over in terms of the higher time frame trend, but I expect another push down. Azimwa, good evening to you. How we doing? Math legend, mate. How we doing? Hope you had a good weekend. Let me know what everyone's been up to over the weekend. Let me know in the chat. But yeah, essentially on Bitcoin, really straightforward from here. We've obviously broken down out of the range. This was the range. This was towards the range low. Broken down out the range, come back up, retested it, rejected. So now we're heading on back down. Logical sense is to come and do something like this. So in my opinion, that's what we'll get. And I think it probably comes thick and fast. It ain't over till it's over. It's not over. Not high time frame anyway. Yeah, it'd probably get a lot worse this week, I think. And it's obviously already got a lot worse in the past couple of weeks. But we're all right. Your thoughts about the bull market? Is it still here? Yeah, the high time frame trend is fine, in my opinion. We're just going to experience some more intensified short-term pain to the downside, which will lead to a bottom, which will lead to a pushback upwards. Sarah says, not a good idea to start shorting now. In my opinion, no, I would not short here. You've missed, in my opinion, and obviously it's only my opinion, but you've missed the chance to short now. But you're shorting in no man's land. The chance to short was on the retest up here towards 91k, 92k. That was your trigger to short. Here you're just in no man's land. What about Solana? Cover Solana now. I think we're going to have a small up reversion, probably because there'll be a CME gap. So maybe we close the CME gap and then continue down. It will bounce. It will bounce, yeah. But it needs to shave. It needs to shave another 10-15% off the Bitcoin price first, in my opinion. It will go back. If we don't break, then it's going to drop 68. I don't think we get a retest now. I think we've already had the retest. We've already retested the range low and rejected. So maybe we come back up, yeah, close to CME gap. Chef Crypto wide 10-15%. Because I'm expecting a move into 70, maybe just below. So that would be about 15%, would it not? Let's see. Would it not? It would be, wouldn't it? Yeah. Yeah. There's 10. And then there's 15. You want to watch this candle? This candle here, the origin of the move. We'll probably come into here and then liquidate down towards the bottom of this candle is what I'm thinking. My idea is that around here is probably the bottom. Liquidate the last of the move. And then bounce. Let's cover Solana because obviously someone in the Discord wanted Solana doing as well. Solana don't look good. It's holding. So this is key. Right, so let's have a look at the monthly. So here's the monthly for you. So you'll see the importance of the $125 level now. So as you can see here on the monthly, you've got push up here, resistance. You've got close at resistance. You've then got hold of support. Same here, same here. Look at all these monthly opens and closes around the $125 level. You've also got all these tags into it and then holding. Also last month, where did price stop? Exactly at $125. Testing it again. But given Bitcoin's weakness, I probably expect that we liquidate down towards 100 is what I'm thinking. If Bitcoin carries on to the downside, I'm thinking we probably come in to here, which would be another 20%-ish on Solana, which makes sense to me. If we're going to lose 15% on Bitcoin, 10 to 15%, yeah, then why not? What about Solana? I've just covered Solana here. CME closed at 86,430. So yeah, maybe we get a bounce. Maybe it leaves it behind. Who knows? We'll have to see. Trump has been a bad influence. Crypto had a peaceful community before now. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, you get these pullbacks anyway. These pullbacks are normal. Corrections are normal. But I think it would have been a different story. I think it would have been all right if he'd have left it as his coin as well. The whole launch in Melania really fucked up the market, didn't it? Hussein says, I've missed you, Dave. I've missed you too, mate. I've missed everyone here. Do make sure everyone drops a like on the stream now. How bullish are we, Dave? Mate, I'm bullish because I'm excited to buy into the liquidation. I'm bullish. I can't wait to redeploy. I can't wait to redeploy into the liquidation. So yeah. Addy Patty says LFG. If we look outside of crypto, all equities markets are bleeding. Yeah, everything's witnessing a pullback, aren't they? Everything's witnessing a pullback. Will Bitcoin dump straight towards 75k or will it retest towards 90? Anything can happen. Anything can happen. I mean, anything can happen, can't it? But I mean, it's already retested the range low last week and then rejected and dropped down. To me, I think it wouldn't really make much sense to go back up towards 90 now. Maybe close to CME gap at 86, but it wouldn't make much sense to go back to 90 for another retest. No. Could do, but I can't see it. Some say the Trump meme coin was the final nail in Solana's coffin. I don't think it's the final nail in the coffin. But I think I think we'll probably see maybe attention drawing to other aspects of crypto now on the next run up. Can Solana drop below 100? Of course it can. Anything is possible, like I just said. Of course it can. Canadian PM is going to resign today. Will it affect the market? It's already resigned, hasn't it? I thought Trudeau had already resigned. But not resigned, but I thought he'd already said he was going to step down. I don't know. It won't affect the market though. No, I don't think anyway. Dave, you personally, are you in a long or short, or what's your personal sentiment? My personal sentiment is that we drop. I don't really care if it goes up first or downwards. I don't care if it goes back up to 86, 87 and then drops down to 70. I don't care because I won't be trading it. I'm waiting for the liquidation if it comes, and it's a big if. Capitalize the if, but I'm just waiting for the liquidation into 70 to then redeploy capital, because I sold everything. Was it last week or the week before? I can't remember. I think it was the week before last. I can't remember, but yeah, I'm sitting pretty in stables at the moment. So I'm not even got any sort of preference on whether it goes up or down first. But to answer your question in terms of perps, I'm in a short because the Stonksy bot is in a short. I don't personally have any open positions at the moment, but on my copy trading with the Stonksy bot, yeah, it's short at the moment. Yeah. How is ETH looking? Like death. Is the honest answer to that. I bought Sol at 200, thinking of selling it before it goes down to 70 or 40 and buy Bitcoin or ETH. What do you think? I mean, that's a really difficult question to try and answer. I mean, I don't see it going to $40, no. I mean, if we get a really bad move on it, I mean, personally, if we do get, a drop down to 70 or 69 or 68 on Bitcoin, I would probably be looking at 100, but it could come into here, which would be 75 to sort of the 83 zone is what potentially I'd be looking at for Sol. That doesn't mean it's going to happen either, but it all just depends. I mean, it really depends on what your goal is and what your preference is. I mean, you're currently in a deficit of roughly 35%, which isn't even, to be honest, that's not actually that bad compared to what some altcoins are. It just depends on what you're aiming for. I mean, if you buy Bitcoin, what are you looking to hold it long term? Are you looking to try and just get back out at break even, or what? It all depends. What you think about ADA? It was strong last week, but my overall opinion is I have no interest in it in terms of me holding it or whatever. No interest at all. But yeah, I mean, it reacted well. Loads of leverage up to 87 to wick up. Yeah, and that would align with closing the CME gap too as well, wouldn't it? Did you have a nice Friday out? I did, mate. I did. Yeah. I was paying for it yesterday, that's for sure. Can we see the 5 min and 15 min for Sol, please? You sure? 120 is a bid zone, yeah. Yeah, this is huge for Sol. This just huge zone. It's never lost $125 on the daily since it come up. Since it come up above here, it's never lost $125 on the daily or monthly. So for me, $125 is the golden number. At the moment, my Stonksy copper trade is showing 13.49% unrealized P&L, which is great. Is it the same for everyone else on the same trade? Should be the same, mate. Yeah, it should be. I bought more Sol and keep buying if it goes lower. I mean, yeah, I suppose it's not a bad tactic, Greg, at this point. But yeah, I think this would probably give a reaction in my opinion, because it's a nice round number in it, $100. That's why I've got a line there. I think it's just nice round number, psychological level, $100. In my opinion, it would probably give a reaction, but I think, yeah, this is, you know, this is the golden zone, if you will. Someone asked about ETH. ETH looks horrific. ETH looks horrific. So as you can see, this is what we plotted out last week. So nothing's changed at all in terms of the market. Nothing's changed for what we've looked at the past week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. As you can see, I've got it plotted out. $2,100 level, absolutely massive. And yeah, we obviously hadn't closed below that before today. I can't see it recovering in the next 4 hours, 49 minutes. It could do. It could do, but it would take, serious bounce on Bitcoin to drag it back up. But as you can see, if we go back and have a look, you'll see the importance of it. High time frame over here, obviously turning into resistance. Then tap here, tap, resistance. Here, tap, fall off. Here, resistance. Gets above, clean retest, holds, retest, hold, retest, hold, retest, hold, testing it all along here, and then now it's coming through. So personally, my levels will be looking at around $1,700 at first, and then down towards 1,500 on ETH. Is Solana at $80 to $90 a life-changing opportunity? I mean, it depends. What do you classify as life-changing? I don't know. It depends what you class as life-changing. It all depends on how high you think it can go as well. It's a really, really tough question to try and answer that, because it depends what you know. A lot of people would probably consider maybe like a 100x or something life-changing. Solana's not going to do 100x from $80 to $90. But if we get parabola in the markets, and Bitcoin gets another leg to the upside, then it would probably, where would it go? $300 again, maybe 400, 500 in the right market. It depends. Is that life-changing to you or not? I don't know. If Bitcoin moves towards 75k, will altcoins dump fast, or will they decline slowly, as they have already declined? Depends how fast Bitcoin dumps. So if we just keep getting a slow bleed on Bitcoin, then it's no good for Altstat, because they'll just carry on slow bleeding. The best thing for the market to do here is just to have one big fast move and just rip the band-aid off, pretty much. The old saying, rip the band-aid off. That's the best thing for the market here now, is just to get it over with. In my opinion, just get it over with. Just, pull Bitcoin back into that key zone. Find a bottom. Just get rid, just have the pain with alts. Just have it over and done with. And then just sort of go from there. I'd rather just see it like over and done with this week, in the ideal scenario. But yeah, we'll see. That's my opinion anyway. Crypto Pappy, how we doing, mate? Great to see you. Thoughts on FET and ARB? We can have a look. Everyone make sure that you do drop a like on the stream now, and subscribe if you are new. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. This is all not a given, by the way, as well. Make sure that nobody's taking this as a given. Like, just because we're covering the downside options, it doesn't mean Bitcoin is definitely going to go and do this. So don't plan your whole thing around this. This just looks like the likely outcome from here, because we've rejected from the underside of the range. So the logical thing for price to do is to be pulled back in and gravitate towards the next key level, which is to the downside, which is this zone. So that's why we're looking at that. And obviously, just the market is just weak as anything. So there's nothing for us to suggest that we're going to go back to all-time highs from here. Needs clean wipeout, build again, and then go and try and have a go again. But yeah, it doesn't mean that it's definitely going to happen. I don't have a crystal ball. Is there a possibility for a discount for the monthly Stonksy subscription? We don't have a discount on at the moment, no. But maybe it's something we'll look into, given the state of the market. But it wouldn't be a thing, anyway. If we was ever going to do a discount on the monthly, it would be just like a case of new users get a certain percentage off for the first month, and then that would be it, because we don't really discount the product at all. So if we was ever to do something like that, it would be new users, and then it'd just be like first month discount of whatever percentage. But as of now, we don't have anything on, no. Take a look at the liquidity heat map. Yeah, we can have a look at that. Lots of bullish news everywhere, yet the market keeps dumping. Have you seen this happen before, or is it the first time? Yeah, the thing is, it's like, I don't know, sort of, where would you have expected price to go based on what's happened? Don't get me wrong, yeah, the US launching a Bitcoin reserve is bullish for the long term, but it looks to me like, when price broke down of here, then that's you can't just mistakenly, you can't ignore a range breakdown like that. So price trading in a range like that, going to all-time highs and then ranging, you can't ignore that over just because of news. Yeah, obviously it's bullish for the long term, but in the short term, price needs to go where it needs to go, and this is all in favor. You got to think, Trump's not an idiot. These people aren't idiots. Would they rather buy it 90k, or would they rather buy it 70k if they could? They would obviously rather buy it 70k, wouldn't they? So, yeah, we don't want a market driven on news anyway. That's not good. We don't want there to be the only reason that Bitcoin moves is because of news. It moved perfectly fine before all this came along, even before the ETFs and stuff like that. It moved perfectly fine before all them, and it will just continue to move where it wants to go with all this. First I've heard of bullish news. Yeah, it's yeah. Anyway, let's run through and have a look. XRP, I think is one to watch, because obviously it's held up exceptionally well. Relative to most other altcoins, it's still at the price it was trading on at the start of December, which can't be said for most of them. However, if we do get a breakdown in price, the sort of like 150 maybe down to like 130 zone is maybe something to keep an eye on, as we've got drawn on. So yeah, do make sure you drop a like and subscribe as well. As you can see, when we look up things like ETH, SOL, XRP, obviously we've already discussed this, so do make sure you tune in every day, because we've already been planning for this potential outcome, particularly over the past week. Doge is another one. Breakdown again. I would personally be watching like the 14 to 13 cents range come into this bit here, is what maybe I'd be looking at, which makes perfect sense. ADA, I think ADA's probably just going to come down and retest this as a minimum. However, I would probably, this is key SR, this, which would completely just retrace the whole thing. Let's see. That would be 20%. So that would kind of line up with maybe what we're looking on SOL. So maybe it doesn't go much lower than that. Maybe it just comes back into this zone where it found demand. I mean, that would be brutal, wouldn't it? That'd be pretty brutal to come back into this SR. But never say never. But I think this probably is more likely. Maybe come and fill this wick in. Come and fill a lot of this wick in. TRX just obviously just moves on its own as usual, and at no point taking too much notice of this because it's so tightly controlled by Justin Sun. Link, on the other hand, is interesting because obviously we've got breakdown towards this level that we've been watching. However, I think, again, like the rest of what we've been looking at, a retest of this where Stonksy's got this major S support line through. This plan looks like it's potentially on the cards now, back down towards $10. Held up because Brad owns 95%. Yeah, same as Tron, innit? Same as Tron. I've just long Sol. I think this is a good entry. Watch Friday's CME gap, Dave. On Bitcoin, it's 86,300 and something, I think, is what Saber Crypto put in the chat before. Inge. Take a look at Ray. Is it worth buying at 1.3? Can take a look at it. I think that got hit by some news around pump fund, didn't it, not too long ago? Dave, take a look at Auction Coin. I tried to short and got effed. Lol. Let's see. Auction's a Binance coin, isn't it? I think is Auction a Binance coin? I think it is, isn't it? So that's just going completely against the market, isn't it? Going completely against the market. Yeah, I wonder what's causing that. It's pretty decent strength. Well, obviously Bitcoin's been in a downtrend, isn't it? Maybe a sweep of here. Maybe that's something to watch out for. Is a sweep. Clear that liquidity above there. Get back underneath and go down, but I don't know. So AVAX is having range support breakdown as well. As you can see here, this is key SR. It was holding all along here, breakdown. Again, another one to watch out for on AVAX is probably a move down into $14, potentially maybe coming back into around like 12 to 13. So yeah, as you can see, a lot of them, this all dependent on Bitcoin as well, but at the moment, obviously, the chart suggests that we're going to go down more, so that's why we're focusing on downside targets. SUI 1.64, I think. As you can see, has fell back below SR. Obviously, resistance, support, break below. Reopens this trading range that it was in here. As you can see, it come up, found resistance, come back down, retested support from previously, come back up, resistance again. So this is nice little trading range potentially on SUI there. But yeah, again, if market accelerates to the downside, maybe we expect a really deep pullback. That would be quite deep, wouldn't it? So that would be about 28%, 27, 28%. But again, it'd just be coming back, retesting support. Litecoin, again, range breakdown. Was trading in this range. Held it on the daily consistently. So, you know, tested it all along here, didn't close below. Tested it along here, didn't close below, didn't close below, didn't close below, didn't close below. Looks like it's going to close below today, which then reopens, okay, probably a run of all this. Potentially back down towards $80. Fill in this wick. And yeah, quite a little key SR zone as well, SR level. So yeah, Litecoin again, another one. They're all going to take a hit. Hype's an interesting one because there's literally nothing really to draw your conclusions from. So obviously I've got some mapped out, But apart from this little consolidation that we had, particularly, you can see it better on the 4 hour. There's nothing really to suggest what it's going to do, but I would imagine, you know, that would be another 15% on high. Maybe that would do. If we go to the 4 hour, I can show you. Nice little call on Stonksy there as well, going short. But as you can see here, launch, sell off, held support, consolidated in here, and then bang went. So yeah, nothing really else to go off with hype. That's it. So there's only really one thing you can plan for. DOT looks like absolute shit, doesn't it? However, it would be coming into its cycle lows. So, you know, maybe that's something, but that's literally it. I would expect again a move down into here, but then that's like do or die in it, really. Wiz is saying he's short on Rare, probably the best play in the market, but not financial advice, of course. If alt season comes, is your target still the same, even with all these crashes? All just depends what the market looks like at the time. You can't really say, can you? I've adjusted my targets and stuff, and my targets will massively adjust based on what happens. So I managed to get rid of everything in my portfolio. I can't remember when it was. I think it was like early last week or the week before. So not even anything major. You know, it wasn't like at the top or whatever. But so far, I've saved myself, you know, obviously some decent drawdown. So if I'm able to buy on a liquidation move, then it won't really take much for me personally to be like, okay, you know, if we get some recovery, maybe another push towards all-time high on Bitcoin, for me to say, okay, this is probably enough. It was when it broke the range, wasn't it? I think so, yeah. I think that's when it was. What are your thoughts on Rare? Let's have a look at this Rare, because obviously I know you mentioned it before, didn't you? And I haven't took a look at it yet. Let's see. Bloody hell. What's caused this? Jesus. That is one hell of a short squeeze, isn't it? I mean, thing is, yeah, you know, you're completely right there, aren't you? Because, so, I mean, instantly you just draw out a line there, don't you? That's resistance. And then what else have we had? We've had a liquidation of this high here. And currently, yeah, I mean, I would imagine if it closes below here, then yeah, I mean, it looks odds on for a retrace anyway, doesn't it? This just looks like an exit pump of some sort. I don't know what it is or what's caused this. Maybe you know. I mean, I'm guessing you probably know what's caused it, but yeah, I mean, it looks like just a run. It's just a slam into resistance, isn't it? It's literally just been slammed into resistance, liquidated this high here. Obviously, some had decent absorption so far, but yeah, looks like as long, yeah, specifically on the daily candle. So if this daily candle, you know, closes at resistance or below, probably a recipe for little bleed back downwards, isn't it? Let's see what else is looking interesting on the watch list. Got OM. Thing is, you wouldn't put this past to have another leg up, would you? However, this thing has done so much of a run, it's unbelievable. So at some point it will top out. But again, I wouldn't say that this has topped out because the pumps on it has been absolutely wild. So yeah, personally I would never touch this with a barge pole. Not worth it risk reward wise at all. Because you wouldn't want to buy it now because it's gone up so much. but also you wouldn't want to try and short it, in my opinion, because it just absolutely rips, doesn't it? What else have we got? That looks interesting. We've got Tau. Wow, Tau has been slapped, hasn't it? So Tau is coming back towards. So right, so something to watch on Tau actually, for given where it is, would be a move back in. As you can see here, we got the formation of this range. That was a really nice trading range, weren't it, for a while? No, you could get some decent swings on that for them couple of months. You buy here, sell there, buy here, sell there, buy here. Okay, we've gone. But yeah, the thing is, I need to have a look to see what price history is like on it before this. Oh dear God. Yeah, see, I mean, it's coming into retesting the range low in it, but it doesn't really give it much room. So, you know, we'd have a potential draw. To be fair, would have maybe like 20%. Maybe it would hold. Maybe it could hold the range lows. Maybe. If not, probably coming into this consolidation here. I would probably maybe be eyeing this up, but probably there's a decent chance that it holds. Jupiter's interesting because, again, you know, we had this is why you don't ignore breakdowns and ranges. As you can see here, Jupiter traded all within this one big range for like basically a year. Just one big macro range. Breakdown out of the range, and it's just been down only. As you can see, it's not even put in a green daily candle yet since the range breakdown. It's coming into a key level here, and then apart from that, then there's literally nothing until like launch candle. So there's not really much room for error on dupe before it starts to create new lows. Do make sure you drop a like on the stream now and subscribe. It's massively appreciated. But yeah, for those of you that aren't signed up to Stonksy, do make sure you consider it, because we are in a short on the Stonksy bot. So for those of you that don't know what Stonksy is, Stonksy's a trading indicator. You get various features on the indicator itself, such as the background color change, automated SR lines, oscillator, which is due a big upgrade soon. This is going to be revamped and upgraded. It's under development, and a couple of other features as well. But then you get access to the Discord, and you get access to the trading bot as well, which is now live for users. Which, yeah, obviously on this one, because currently it's following the 1 hour, is taking this short, and it's currently obviously a nice profit from the drop from where it opened. So yeah, that's all done automatically for users. They don't have to lift a finger. The bot does it all for them. So yeah, do make sure, that's the second link in the description. Do make sure you take a look, and it'd be great to see you all over there. What's your top altcoins list? So I have a few that I like. One that I'm gonna be hopefully loading up on is one called Aero. Wiz in the chat told me about Aero a while ago, but as you can see here, I would like, personally, I'd like to see the reaction when it comes into the lows. So yeah, anywhere down from like 48 cents down to potentially maybe these two candles at 40. I would be a buyer personally. There's not financial advice, but yeah, I like the look of accumulating Aero close to the lows, which hopefully comes in, because that's only needs another 15, anywhere between 50 and 28%. 15 and 28% is where I'm looking. So yeah, I would like to accumulate Aero. Apart from that, I need to wait and see. Interested in hype if it comes in and holds these lows that we were talking about. Yeah, interested in a few. Interested in Doge around the 13-14 cents mark. Sui, would be very interested in Sui if it came anywhere close to like 165 again, you know, 180, 170, 165 towards the lows of this mini range that it had. I would be interested in it for sure. If we retest CME and grab liquidity at 87 and open a short, is it worth it? I can't tell you what to do. No. But all I would say is, especially in this market, is make sure you are managing your leverage appropriately. Make sure you're managing your take profit and stop loss appropriately, and make sure you're managing your position size appropriately. Don't take any unnecessary risks, or over leverage yourself, or put yourself in a position where if Bitcoin starts running one way or another and you're caught offside, that it could really significantly impact you. So if you want to try, shorting, if Bitcoin comes up and closes the CME gap and you want to try and have a short of it, just make sure, you've got your stop loss in somewhere, whether that be at 89k, 90k, wherever you look at the chart and think that looks like a decent place to put my stop. And obviously just make sure you're happy with the risk that's on the table. But yeah, overall, I mean, potentially, if this downtrend is going to continue, then maybe coming up, closing the CME gap is maybe the point where longs get caught, and then it continues downwards. So it is definitely one potential outcome, someone asked me to look at ARB before, didn't they? Let's have a look at ARB. You don't know what to do with this, do you? What can you do with this? There's no price history. You don't know how low it's going to go. You literally, something like this, you don't know how low it's going to go. This was launch candle, because I'm guessing it will have launched on Binance on day one, ARB, I'm guessing. And there's literally no price history to the left. So this is the definition of catching a falling knife, because you're just hoping, aren't you, that it stops the sell pressure. Someone asked me to look at Radium. Radium, I think, looks, from a technical aspect, looks really good around the 137 level. As you can see, strong SR, resistance all along here, flips to support, and holds it all along here. So maybe a little bit more to go on Radium. But it's had a drastic sell-off, hasn't it? I think this was something to do with the pump fund news and how they're going to be not using the Radium pools anymore or something. I don't know. But yeah, maybe potentially a little bit more to go. But once it comes into, this SR level, as long as it holds, the risk reward is kind of in your favor. What else have we got? Someone asked for Inge, didn't they? So Inge is currently actually testing previous resistance. Looks like, is it breaking through as well? If it breaks through, probably maybe be looking at, let's see, that's one potential. Let me see. Maybe into there. Maybe not quite as low as 650. Make it maybe make it a bit more easier for you. That's the origin of the move. That's where price impulsed and started to curve up. So yeah, it is testing this though, because it's never tested this before. So this was previous resistance, and then it broke through and never really tested it. But yeah, I think probably back in towards $7 to $8, maybe. Seems logical. Jasmine, again, range breakdown. So Jasmine looks dangerous. For anyone potentially maybe looking at touching Jasmine, looks dangerous. Yeah, there's nothing there apart from just it was a very fast, thin move upwards. So I would probably say Jasmine's probably going to be one of the ones that gets hit the hardest. Back down towards testing previous resistance is what looks likely for me anyway. So could potentially take another 44% hit. Take a look at liquidity heat map. Sure, let's have a look. But yeah, it should be an interesting week. It should be an interesting week for sure. Let's see. So yeah, 24-hour liquidity is up towards 87, which would tie in with a close of obviously the CME gap. Same for on the 48-hour. Let's have a look on the weekly. Yeah, same on the weekly. So yeah, maybe that makes sense from a liquidity aspect. Maybe it makes sense to close the CME gap, take 87, and then maybe continue downwards. Monthly, I can't see. Yeah, I don't. It's going to leave that for a lot later, isn't it? But yeah, from a liquidity aspect, it looks like maybe push back up towards 87 is maybe likely, or maybe not. I don't know. It could also. I wouldn't get massively caught up on it because until it gets there. But yeah, definitely one potential outcome. Close the CME gap, swipe 87, take the liquidity, and then maybe continue on downwards. Which model on the liquidity heat map is best? 2 is what I use. I use 2. But yeah, make sure everyone does drop a like on the stream. And if you happen to be new, subscribe. I go live Monday to Friday for over 2 hours most of the time. I always cover the data as well. So the times I'm live is from 1 p.m. UTC to 3 p.m. UTC. So we always get any data releases and we always get the US Open as well. So as you can see here, always live for 2 hours. And then, yeah, live on a Sunday evening, which I am with you fine people now. But yeah, do make sure you come and watch during the week. And give my videos a watch as well. Would be massively appreciated. But let's have a look. And I think we've got CPI this week. I think it is. I think it's CPI. Yeah, Wednesday CPI, then Thursday PPI, and then that one. Even though that's red folder, I don't think many people take notice. That doesn't really have much effect on the market anyway. But these two, yeah, will be causing a decent volatility. Actually, when does... I think the time's changed now, hasn't it? Because when does... Because the US's clocks have gone back, haven't they? When does that happen in the UK? The end, 30th. So I think for the next few weeks, When will the market be opening for us for the next few weeks then? Does anyone know? Because has it changed? I don't know. Maybe it has, maybe it hasn't. I feel like they're a further hour behind now. Or maybe they're not, I don't know. I don't know. I know it's changed though, because I've just seen it on the thing. It'll be 1:30 open for a while. Oh, until the end of the month. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. In my head, I was thinking it was going to be a change until the end of the month. So, yeah, so it'll be 1:30 open, yeah. Oh, well, that's good because then, so for the next couple of weeks, I'll be live for half an hour. The market will open. And then, yeah, we'll be watching even more of the US session, won't we? Unless I change, I was going to say, unless I change streaming time because we've got CPI at on Wednesday. I'll definitely change it to maybe go live at just like 1:15 so we can watch the CPI data reaction. Maybe, I don't know. We'll figure it out. But yeah, thank you for that, Sarah Crypto. Appreciate it. But yeah, do make sure you drop a like on the stream and subscribe. And for those of you that aren't in Stonksy yet, the bot is on a short. So the bot is fully functional and called this short in here, and obviously called the move downwards. So do make sure you click that second link in the description. It is to sign up to Stonksy. Indicator access, Discord access, and trading bot access, all on any plan. Doesn't matter what plan you have, you get access to everything, and you don't have to pay for any updates or upgrades as well. And if you're looking to trade anything, if you're looking to place any longs, shorts, whatever it may be, whatever you're eyeing up, or maybe you're looking to buy some spot, do make sure you click that link in the description, first one, or the one I've just put in the chat. Sign up to BLOFIN with that Stonksy link. You get some nice welcome bonuses as well. And it is non-KYC, so you don't have to verify your ID. You just sign up with an email address. And it is by far the best non-KYC exchange out there. And you take a look at Sol. 3 minute looks like a nice short to open on resistance. On the 3 minute. I mean, the problem is if Bitcoin's going to squeeze, it's going to squeeze Sol as well in it. So it depends on what you're expecting to happen to Bitcoin. This is a bit of a weird time because we've obviously got only a few hours until futures open and CME opens. So yeah, I mean, if you think it's a good short opportunity, like I said before, by all means, do what your plan is, and your gut's telling you to do. Just make sure you've got your stop loss in place and you've got your risk managed. As long as you've got that, then it doesn't matter what happens, does it? If your idea comes off right, good, because hopefully you reach your take profit or close to it and you make some money. If it doesn't, well, not the end of the world, because you got your stop loss in place. You're happy with obviously what's on the table risk wise, and then it's just okay, on to the next trade. Nothing more. It's just a trade at the end of the day, isn't it? So as long as you got your risk management, if you want to short Sol here, obviously that's up to you. Would I short it here? Personally, if you said to me, would you short this now? I wouldn't short it now, because Bitcoin is probably ripe for a squeeze, potentially. It's also, more than viable that it continues on downwards as well. But Sol's just bouncing off key macro support as well, innit? Yeah. The Sol's bouncing off key macro support, so it is getting a decent squeeze. But yeah, I think it's a real tricky time to be looking for directional plays. But I mean, if it's just a scalp, then yeah, why not? Like I said. But yeah, I think we'll leave it there for tonight. I appreciate everyone joining. Do make sure you drop a like and subscribe, and make sure you come for tomorrow's stream. We have got Justin on again as every Monday. So yeah, get your notepads ready and get ready to do some deep diving with one of the best in the game. So it'll be great to have him on and be really interesting to hear his thoughts. Hi, can you please take a look at WIF? I will. I'll take a look at WIF and then I will go. But memes are being absolutely shot, aren't they, today? WIF, pretty much. Okay. We need to get a different chart up for WIF. It's this one. So it's now looking like it's coming into here. I expect WIF to trade into this zone. So I expect anywhere between like maybe 20 down to another 40% off WIF. We've got to remember it's a meme as well. So if the market does get hit harder, these are going to have plenty more days looking like this. But I do think retracing to the origin like this and coming back and testing the origin of the move and filling in all this like it has done, and obviously potentially maybe reaching an exhaustion of selling pressure, does give it the ground to maybe to have a decent bounce. But yeah, I expect it to trade into this range. How deep? Maybe it goes fully deep towards 27 cents. Maybe it stops at around 30, 35, who knows. But I expect it to come in and test this range here. But yeah, that's everything for today. Big thank you. Make sure you drop a like on the stream. And yeah, I'll catch you all tomorrow. Should be a real good one. Make sure you tune in. And if you're interested, make sure you do check out them links in the description. Sign up to BLOFIN and Stonksy. And I'll see you all over there. Until then, have a great night. And we'll see what we're dealing with tomorrow when we jump on stream. Ta-ra. Bye-bye.